You see, you wanna go in, get the okra like that right there. See if I can do this with my knife here. Looking through the camera and cutting the okra. There we go. See, that's about right. It's still young and tender, okay? Hey, it's Big Lou Barbecue, and other things I want to do. And I've been out in the garden picking this stuff right here. Okra, because we're going to make some Okra Creole today on Big Lou Barbecue. All right, now, what do you need? You don't need very many ingredients. Okay, you need just seven ingredients, all right? Look, you need okra. You need some tomatoes. You need an onion. You need some corn. All right, you need some Cajun Creole seasoning. I got a video on how to make that, but you can use your favorite brand. And you need some hot sauce. You can use your favorite brand. And one other ingredient, bacon. You gotta have bacon, all right? So 7 ingredients: bacon, okra, tomatoes, onion, corn, hot sauce, Cajun Creole seasoning. Got a delicious dish. You can eat it plain as a side dish or something like grilled pork chops or something like that. Or you can serve it on top of rice, as we do a lot of things here in Louisiana. Just serve it on top of rice and make a complete meal out of it. Real easy to do. Okra Creole on Big Lou Barbecue. Okay, so I ran all the ingredients through my old school food processor, which is a chopping board and a knife. All right, with the okra, I cut the blossom end off and I cut the stem end off and just sliced it into these little wheels like this, kind of like if you're frying it, but it's a little thinner. Also, when you're doing okra, if you start cutting a piece of okra and it feels and sounds like you're cutting a piece of bamboo, throw that away. The okra should be tender and just cut through rather easy. Crisp, but tender. It should not be like cutting fibers in bamboo. Tomatoes, peel them. Peel the tomatoes. Okay, a great way to do that is dip them in boiling water for a minute. I did not bother seeding the tomatoes. Why bother seeding the tomatoes? The okra's got seeds in it. And corn, that's nothing but seeds, all right? Chop the onion, cut the corn off the cob, and all we need is hot sauce and Cajun Creole seasoning and bacon. Be right back with the pot and the bacon. Okay, got a nice cast iron pot here, cooking on an induction stove. This cast iron pot has one of those rings on the bottom, so I've got some parchment paper down here. You can do this with an induction stove. Do not try this with a regular glass top stove, putting parchment paper under it. In other words, induction, you have to have a ferrous metal, steel or iron to cook in. All right, Volrath ware says 45. I think that's the size or the number of the pot. But this pot probably does date back to the 1950s. It's probably 60 years old. All right, first thing we're gonna do is put about half a dozen strips of bacon in there. You know why? Half a dozen's a good number. All right? I mean, if you're buying cold drinks or if you're a beer drinker or whatever, you would buy that in half a dozens, right? Half a dozen's a good number. So we're doing half a dozen strips of bacon. All right? That's why things come in 6 packs. All right? The other reason we're doing half a dozen is because that's all I got left. Because I used half a dozen in a pot pie the other day. We're gonna let this bacon cook up, crisp up, take it out, and crumble it up. That's all there is to that. Big Lou Barbecue. Okay, as you can see, this bacon is done. You want it crisp so that you can crumble it, because we want to crumble it into this Okra Creole here when we get it all mixed up in a little bit. I'll leave as much grease down there in the bottom. I really need to kind of shake these off. I didn't do that with the last one, but I really kind of need to do that just to get as much bacon grease down in the bottom. Now, what we want to do now is get the okra, get the tomatoes. Woo! Popping. It's big dick. Now I'm just going to try to dump everything in here. All right? Without making a royal mess. And if I do make a royal mess, I'll edit it out and you'll never know it happened. My wife, on the other hand, I can't let her know it happened either. So I'm gonna have to edit that out too. All right. Something's beeping in the background. I don't know what that is, but we'll figure it out and get it turned off. All right, more okra on this side of the board. Oh, it's my stove that's beeping. Got to get it wiped off. I spilled some stuff on it. Anyway, there we go. Beep and stop. Get it turned back on. We want to get this coated, all this mixed together and coated in that bacon grease, kind of frying there. And then we're going to let this stew down. It'll produce its own liquid. The corn, the onion, the tomatoes, will sort of produce their own liquid to make this stew. But I kind of want to get it all, that bacon grease all over it, all right? All right, now, I think I've got it mixed up pretty well. What we want to do now is add your favorite style of Cajun Creole seasoning. I usually make my own, have a video about making it, but I'm out of the stuff that I make, so we're going to add this. It's supposed to be a little spicy, but if you got people that don't like it too spicy, mind that. All right, but that's your salt and pepper. When it's salty enough, it's spicy enough. That's the idea there. You also want maybe an ounce or so of hot sauce. All right, and that's all the seasoning that you need to do to this. You just sit here and stir it and make sure it's all mixed up. We're gonna put the lid on it and we're gonna let it stew down. And that's about it. Okra Creole. We're gonna serve it over rice. All right, I'm gonna cover it up. I will open it up a few times and stir it every now and then, but I'll show you what it looks like. Oh wait, bacon. Forgot about the bacon. Ah! Crumble that up in there. Can't forget about the bacon. Crumble that up in there. Yeah. I almost forgot about the bacon. You gotta get those, all half dozen of those bacon. We didn't sneak any, I'm telling you. We didn't sneak any. Get the bacon in there. I can't believe I did that, y'all. All right, see, I don't edit my videos much. I tell you truly how I cook. I cook like people cook at home. Like you wouldn't forget your own bacon at home. All right, I'm not a professional chef, I'm an amateur. Got the bacon in there, got this stirred up. See, it's already starting to get kind of juicy, all right? It's not gonna get like soup, all right? But we're gonna let all this stir together. Serve it over rice. By the way, did a little research. Actually, my research team did a little research from the earlier season. This Volrath, from the earlier session, I should say. This Volrathware pot was made between the 1930s and the 1950s. It was not made after the 1950s. So it's at least 70 years old or so. All right, Big Lou Barbecue. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, now you see, I've stirred this about every, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes or so. It probably took 30 or 45 minutes to get done. But a lot of corn in there, but that's cool. I usually don't quite have that much corn, but that's all right. Okra Creole. Look at that, y'all. Look at that right there. Now, the way we're gonna serve this is we're gonna serve this on top of rice. Okay? Big Lou Barbecue. Okay, we're just gonna put down some rice. Just like that. Take this, put it on top of the rice, taste test it. Get some of the corn, get some of the okra, get some of the rice. Oh, that's good, that's good. I may add there's a dash more of the Cajun Creole seasoning to mine. But remember, when you're seasoning it, if everybody likes it spicy, go to town. But if you got people that don't like it spicy, underspice it and just spice yours up later. You can always add the hot sauce and Creole season to it after it's served. Serve it on top of rice, or however you want to serve it. Okra Creole, one more thing. In the wintertime, or if you're camping, it's real easy to do with canned tomatoes, canned okra, and canned corn. Doesn't taste quite as good, but it's a whole lot easier. Just dump those cans in there and chop up an onion or use dried onion and stir it all up. And easy. Okra Creole, Big Lou Barbecue.